On June 5, 2021, the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative organized an online event, bringing together multiple renowned individuals from around the world to pay tribute to co-founder of the Aurora Prize for Awakening Humanity, Vartan Gregorian. Besides being a celebrated Armenian-American academic, Vartan was a tireless campaigner for humanitarian issues, with the Aurora Prize being the first and only initiative he personally co-founded, a prize awarded to modern-day exceptional humanitarians. Tributes poured in from around the world. Vartan's two fellow co-founders of the Aurora Prize, Ruben Vardanyan and Noubar Afeyan, chimed in.
Armenians have managed to overcome the despair of a century ago, and today there's an even more pressing need for the rebirth of a nation that Vartan mentioned in his speech.
I believe our most important obligation to him will be continue what we've been doing and continue make the Aurora is one of the most important humanitarian initiatives in the world and try to continue his heritage in building Aurora worldwide.
British peer Lord Darcy and chair of the Aurora Prize Selection Committee spoke on Vartan's principle of gratitude in action.
Vartan and Noubar and Ruben created Aurora as a gratitude in action because they want to inspire those who have received aid in times of crises and to express gratitude by offering similar assistance to someone else.
Head of US Aid, former US Ambassador to the UN, and former member of the Aurora Prize Selection Committee, Samantha Power, remarked how both she and Vartan fought for the cause of Armenian genocide recognition, a cause Aurora has pursued.
Over the years, he pushed this boulder of Armenian genocide recognition up many hills, only to find it sadly roll back down. And I have no doubt that when President Biden finally recognized the Armenian genocide a few short days after Vartan passed away, that he breathed a deep sigh of relief.
Some former world leaders too joined the tributes, including former President of Mexico, Ernesto Zedillo, and former Irish President, Mary Robinson, both Aurora Selection Committee members.
I truly feel lucky to have known, to have heard, and I should say, to have embraced that great Armenian, that great Lebanese, that great Iranian, that great American.
It was Vartan's moral compass that drove the extraordinary values in that prize and the extraordinary sense that gratitude in action has no limits.
The dais also included a few Aurora Prize laureates, who to this day are engaged in inspiring humanitarian work around the world. Yazidi activist and director of Airbridge Iraq, Mirza Dinai, showcased a new project in Sinjar, the site of an IS massacre against the Yazidi people.
Project called Coexistence House in Sinjar, which is actually a building, a multifunctional building that will be the base of coexistence and cultural. And we decided also after the passaway of Vartan to choose one of the rooms to put it as a small library and name it after Vartan.
Another laureate, Marguerite Barankitse, founder of Maison Shalom, gave a moving speech in memory of Vartan.
Vartan and his friend Ruben and Noubar, don't worry, he's take care of us because of our faith. The faith of Vartan was to dream a world where everybody, even the small one, are loved. He loved everybody.
And chair of the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative and 2017 laureate and medical director of the Mother of Mercy Hospital in the Noubar Mountains, Tom Katena, had this to say.
He's a guy who grew up in kind of other cultures, around people of different religions and different beliefs. And I think this really made him the man he was.
Co-founder of Imagine and member of the selection committee, Paul Pullman, remarked on Vartan's character.
Seldom do you meet someone who has such an immediate impact on you, such wisdom, moral strength and inner compass. Totally at peace with himself.
American human rights activist, co-founder of Century, and selection committee member John Prendergast spoke about the origins of Vartan's name.
I looked up his name and it means rose. that is so fitting in so many ways, as his radiant red heart, driven by love, will forever live in ours.
Diana Arsenyan, Aurora Humanitarian Initiative Creative Council member who has worked with Vartan for over 30 years, reminisced about her favorite photo taken of Vartan.
And as we were walking through a park, he saw two little kids at some distance. Next thing I know, he's heading towards the kids, and by the time I catch up with him, he's engaged in a conversation with 5-year-olds. I was so touched that I took a picture of the moment, which became my favorite photo of Vartan. And here it is. Now, why this moment? Because it depicts Vartan away from the limelight and the public figure that he was. It shows his warm and fuzzy inner personality.
2 Nobel Prize laureates too saluted Vartan's legacy. Renowned Iranian human rights activist, selection committee member Shirin Ebadi hailed Vartan, whom she called her mentor.
And let us not forget the countless talented young people across the globe who would not have made it to university and higher education without his generous and selfless support and vision.
And Leima Bawi, the president of the Bawi Peace Foundation, shared her personal stories of when Vartan had her back.
Vartan was someone who showed me in those very short 6 years that indeed remaining indifferent to the suffering of others was not something that he did.
And not forgetting Hollywood actor George Clooney, who lauded Vartan's legacy.
Vartan is the best, truly the best of us. He's who I want to grow up and be. He is kind and he is compassionate and he works every day to help bring peace to everyone, not just to Armenia.
And moderator David Ignatius, who has led through numerous Aurora events together with the co-founders, thanked the speakers, participants, and closed this extraordinary event.
I'm sure that Vartan is watching over us with a smile, with a twinkle in his eye that we all remember, peaceful in the knowledge that the important work that the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative makes possible, that he believed in so passionately, continues across the world.
With Vartan's passing, this giant of American academia touched many a soul. In 2021, as many humanitarian crises continue, the participants in this event by the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative are determined to take the torch of Vartan's mission and strive towards a world of assistance, philanthropy, and a collective sense of humanity.